So what are some key life experiences that have formed who you are today?
So I think I'd have to answer that with my family moved around a lot as a kid. So I was always having to explore new cities, new schools, meet new people. And I think that for whether good or bad, just broadened my exposure.
How did you become passionate and involved in architecture?
My parents took me to several home shows, like the Parade of Homes or the Homeorama, and they would always have one of those booklets with a picture of the house and then the floor plans. And as we walked through the houses, and everyone else was oohing and awing over the finishes and the chef kitchen and the exquisite master bath, I was looking at the sequence of the spaces and the feel of the spaces. And so I would then go back home and redesign them, because I'd pick them apart as we were walking through, and I'm like, oh, why did they do it that way? I'd go back home and draw better and do it different.
What are your core values and how are they reflected in your practice?
So my core values is I believe in the golden rule. I think that's what it's called, where you treat people like you want to be treated yourself. And so I always try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I try to be fair and equitable. And I think that plays into my work as well. So obviously there's certain limitations and standards that we have to adhere to.
What is your design process, including things like design thinking, visualization, and then realization?
So my design process starts with initially just an understanding of the context. What are the surroundings? What are the overall kind of city, neighborhood kind of patterns that already exist?
How do you collaborate with other individuals to realize your work?
So a lot of it depends on whether I'm leading the team or if I'm just a participant on the team. Obviously, if I'm leading the team, I try to inspire, motivate the other people on the team to do their best work and achieve excellence. If somebody else is the team leader, I try to respect the team leader, but also make sure that my own voice is heard and other people on the team also have their voices heard. Because you never know, the wackiest idea could end up having some merit to it. There could be a nugget of merit in that wacky idea.
How has Peter Zumthor's architectural ideas and buildings impacted your architectural practice?
I'm not familiar with his work. I'm just not familiar with his work. Since I've become involved in my career, I don't have the luxury of time to follow all the architectural journals and blogs that I used to. So I'm just not as up on the current architects in the industry, so to speak.
What are the biggest challenges that you face?
The biggest challenges in my current job is just funding, the budgets. The cost escalations are causing us to have to build less or do more with less. We have smaller budgets, the construction estimates are coming back higher, and so that's always a challenge, and having to make the hard decisions about what to keep in the project, what to take out, what to economize on. That's one of the biggest challenges.
What advice would you give to a young student?
Keep an open mind. Take in as much as you can about the world around you. Like if I'm in a store or a restaurant or a movie theater, I'm looking around at the space, seeing how somebody else solved common detailing issues. I like to watch people's patterns as they move through a space.